أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم إن شاء الله ما شاء الله سبحان الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The topic is basically Qadianiyat. Among the Qadianis, it is very famous. They say that if Mirza Ghulam was a false prophet, his life vein would have been cut. But I will give you an explanation which conclusively proves it was not necessary to cut the life vein. The verse about cutting the life vein is a manifestation of the truth of the Quran and not of the Prophet. The Qadiani claim of cutting the false prophet's life vein is false. At the beginning of Surah Haqqah 69, verses 43 to 47 of the Quran, swearing about the truth of the Quran, it is said, if Quran is a revelation from the Lord of the worlds, and if he, the honorable messenger, had invented false sayings concerning us, we would have seized him by the right hand, then we would have cut his life vein, and none of you could withhold us from punishing him. Qadianis try to prove the truth of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani with these verses by saying that if Mirza was a false prophet, his life vein would have been cut. While these verses were revealed for the glory of the Holy Quran, and the claim and his statement here are the authenticity of the Quran, it does not mention the authenticity of any prophet or messenger. In these verses, the claim and the punishment are related to the revelation of the Quran. In these verses, the claim and punishment are related to the revelation of the Quran. So the punishment here has been mentioned only for honorable messenger and not for any other person. From the time of Prophet Muhammad until now, many false claimants of prophethood have come forward. If this verse meant the cutting of the life vein of every false prophet, then why the life vein of Mirza Qadiani and many other false claimants of prophethood like him were not cut? This proves that this verse does not apply to a false prophet. It does not apply to Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in any way. Many lies, which are 100% lies, have been definitely proven in my article. If this verse is applied to those who falsely claim for prophethood, Mirza Qadiani's life vein would have been cut several times. Mirza's two famous lies, which have a reward for those who prove them true, that shirk association started after the death of Jesus, and that crucifixion was a cursed death. I have proved that shirk association started according to the books of Mirza in the lifetime of Jesus, and also that the crucifixion of Jesus as alleged. Crucifixion itself was not a cursed death. This is a wrong belief. Surah Al-Imran 3, verse number 21, those who disbelieve in the verses of Allah and kill the prophets without right, and kill those who order justice among the people. This verse proved that the true prophets were also killed, so the cutting the life vein of killing a prophet is not a criterion of truth. Will every claimant to God be drowned in the sea? Pharaoh claimed to be God, so Allah divided the Red Sea into two parts and drowned Pharaoh. This verse cannot be taken to mean that every claimant of God will be drowned and in the sea in the same way. Will all idolaters be saved from the fire? Abraham was thrown into the fire after breaking the idol, but Allah cooled the fire for Abraham. From this, it should not be concluded that if a person breaks the idols and is thrown into the fire will come down. Will every homosexual nation be punished by stoning? Stoning punishment was given by Allah to the people of Lut al-Islam for homosexuality. This punishment should have been given by for people in countries where homosexuals have legal protection. They should have received that punishment too, but it doesn't happen. In other words, Every punishment is not applied in the same way as it is mentioned in the Quran. Baha'u'llah claimed prophethood, but despite this, his life vein was not cut. It has been written in a famous Baha'i book, Baha'u'llah and the New Era, Chapter 3, Prophethood of Baha'u'llah. By virtue of this station, they have claimed for themselves the voice of divinity and the like, while by virtue of the station of messengership, they have declared themselves the messengers of God. Thus, in his epistle to the Shah, Baha'u'llah says, O King, I was but a man like others asleep upon my couch, when lo, the breezes of Allah, all glorious, were wafted over me, and taught me the knowledge of all that had been. This thing is not from me, but from one who is Almighty, all-knowing. Thanks to late Mr. Hanif for referring to this book. In addition to the claim of prophethood, Baha'u'llah, who claimed to be the promised Messiah for whom Muslims and Christians are still waiting, he abrogated the Quran and falsely claimed to have issued a new revelation. Yet his life vein was not severed. This proved that the Quran does not refer to a false prophet or messenger. In verse 46 of Surah Al-Haqqah 69, identity of the true prophet. This is very interesting. If the Quran says that follow the prophet whose life vein was not cut, then we had to go through a very difficult period. It would have been difficult to prove a prophet to be true or false. A 35-year-old person would have been less worried, but the sleep of a 70-year-old would be forbidden. That poor old 70-year-old man would be disappointed to think that if I follow this pretended prophet and after my death his life vein is cut, I will be a total failure on the day of judgment. Therefore, the Quran has not set the condition of cutting the life vein or killing to identify the truth of the prophet, but it has clearly stated that there is no prophet after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, nor is there any new book, etc. And the condition laid down by Surah Yasin is that follow those who are themselves rightly guided and do not ask of you any higher. So Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, because of great contradictions in his books, is not rightly guided. Therefore, you are not supposed to follow him. In fact, it is a sin to follow him because you are now acting against the Quran by following a person who is not rightly guided. Keep spreading this message. Long years before 25 years ago, a person, Illias, he was becoming a Qadiani, but somebody told him to ask Illias Suttar to send his article, and so I sent him my article. He read it and showed it to the Qadiani. The Qadiani himself became a Muslim, and the Illias was saved from becoming a Qadiani. So you should not be lazy. Awake, Muslims, and make the flag of Islam flourish throughout the world in truth, with truth, and only for the truth. Assalamu alaikum.